I've gone ahead and done some additional keyword research for some of our main topics on the Kindle site, and now have a spreadsheet with multiple tabs for electronic book readers, classic books, Kindle accessories, and ebook readers. Now it's time to start figuring out the competitiveness of each phrase so that we have a better idea of which we should optimize for. Every keyword phrase that you research has a specific level of competitiveness tied to it. Competitiveness is simply how difficult or easy it will be to see results when you optimize for that particular phrase. What makes a keyword phrase competitive or not is the number of other pages that are optimized for the phrase. So you might think that you could learn this by typing your phrase into Google and seeing how many pages show up for that phrase. So let's put one of our researched phrases. Let's take Kindle reviews. We'll just copy and paste it. Copy. And we'll go over to Google. We'll paste it in here. And it's okay if we have the brackets in there. They just ignore them. And we'll do a Google search and see what happens. So it looks like there are 28,800,000 other pages that show up. But these are pages that use any of those words, Kindle and reviews, on their page somewhere. Or it could even be in links pointing to the page. This doesn't mean that those other pages are actually optimized for the phrase. So we don't have to let that number scare us quite yet. So now let's put the phrase Kindle reviews in quotes. We'll get rid of the brackets and put quotes and do a search for this. This is an exact match search, and what it tells us is how many pages Google knows about that are using this exact phrase somewhere on the page. So now we see 70,300 for Kindle reviews in quotes. Still looks like a lot of competition. But even the exact match doesn't necessarily mean that those pages are optimized for the phrase. It means they have that phrase somewhere on the page, but it doesn't mean they're optimized. So there's one more little trick I have up my sleeve that gives me a better idea of the competitiveness of any keyword phrase. And what we do is it's an advanced command operator called all in title. So right before we have our phrase in quotes, we put all in title, one word, and a colon, and then the phrase in quotes. And we search for that. This little command will tell us how many pages Google knows about that are using the keyword phrase in their title tag. Title tags are one of the most important places to use keywords. So if a page is using a phrase there, then it's likely to be your competition. Now this search shows 6,060 pages with the exact phrase of Kindle reviews, which is still a lot, but not as daunting as those other numbers we saw. Since that phrase, Kindle reviews, is really exactly what our website is about, it's within reach. So you'll also want to browse through the other pages that show up when searching for that keyword phrase to determine if you want to use it. How we do that is go back and just do the regular search for Kindle reviews, because regular people don't search with quotes. So it looks like we are competing with CNET, which is going to be pretty tricky because they've been around a long time. And sites that have been around a long time get pretty entrenched in the search results. We've got iReader reviews, CrunchGear. So there's some pretty tough competition, PC World. So, I mean, there is definitely some competition here, but that doesn't mean that we don't have a chance for it. Since it's very specific to our site, that's a good keyword phrase, and we're still going to use it. You can also take a look at the sites themselves and see how optimized they are for the phrase. We'll click through and see if it says Kindle reviews on here. We can do a search. See, they don't even have that phrase on the page at all. So most likely this page has a lot of links pointing to it that say Kindle reviews. So we do have a chance to show up for this phrase. What you want to look at when you look at these pages is to see, are they optimized? Are they on topic? Can you make your page more relevant than those others? These are difficult questions to really answer, and sometimes it just comes down to experience. It's important to also remember that this is just one keyword phrase. We're going to need to go through our process with almost all our relevant keyword phrases. So we'll want to go down our list of previously researched keywords and do all-in-title searches for them. I find it easiest to add another column in my keyword spreadsheet for all-in-title. Then later, I review the entire list, comparing the all-in-title numbers to the number of searches each keyword has. So we can change this, just call it searches. And then we're going to put an all in title here. And we just did for Kindle reviews here. So we're going to put this one in here. These can take a long time, as you can see, to put all of these all-in titles in. So you might want to be discriminatory about which ones you choose. Make sure you choose those that are highly relevant to your site, because otherwise it could take you many weeks of work just to add all-in titles in for each keyword phrase. So knowing how to assess the competitiveness of your targeted keyword phrases will help you spot keyword gems later for which you should optimize the pages of your website. Knowing how to assess the competitiveness of your targeted keyword phrases will help you spot keyword gems for which you should optimize the pages of your website.